You're watching PTV.
I want my PTV.
You're watching PTV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PTV Live. I'm Arnie,
I'm Doug.
and right now I'm going to change the camera over to Sherry and Ben, and they will take it from here.
Good evening,
Hi,
friends
everyone.
and family. As you can see, we were paying tribute to a special woman. Our mom, Halda de Herrera, passed away Friday morning quickly and peacefully, just the way she had wanted to go. She was 92 years old. We are grateful that she didn't suffer. Even though we're sad, we have the hope that she is with her Lord and Savior and reunited with family and friends, and that we too will one day be reunited with her when our time comes. As you can see from some of those pictures, she had lots of fun times.
Yeah.
Funky.
The one up in the top with
Buzz.
Woody and Buzz was taken at Pixar Studio when she went on a tour of Pixar with a friend of ours.
Who's now one of the producers of at the studio.
At the studio, yeah, production of a new one. And then, of course, there's my son Jeremy when he had hair. He's
right down here.
Yeah, he's the one who used to say when he was just a wee lad, "I don't want to look like Daddy when I grow up." And when we questioned him, it was because he said he didn't want to lose his hair and be bald like his dad. Well, guess what? He's the one that lost his hair like his dad. Then up on top is Jeff with my mom.
Right up here.
Yeah, and then the one that is below me is Ben with mom right before Megan's wedding.
15 years ago.
Yeah, and the one next to that of the four ladies is mom and her mother and two sisters, and of course they are all gone now. And then the one in the upper right-hand corner was four generations of the women in this house. Well, in this family. It was mom, me, Megan, and her little girl, who's now 3. Now, the one below that one, let's call it what it is: ugly. That was taken at an Oakland A's game, and that particular evening was a fan appreciation night. So they were doing raffles all night long. And the seat that my brother Ron was in was the winning ticket for that rifle. And we brought it home, and Dad promptly bartered with a friend to have our living room furniture reupholstered in trade for the rifle. And our brother Ron was not happy with that trade at all. But look at how little he was. He was a little too young to kind of make that decision. So we wanted to let you know that that's what's been going on in our family. We tend to be private when it comes to family matters, but this was one that we wanted to share with you villagers. We're all doing well. Mom had made arrangements years ago so that we didn't have to worry about what to do or what not to do. And Ben and I spent the day today with things like utilities and getting names changed over, which gratefully has not been. It's been smooth going.
Yeah.
So that's been a blessing. Like I said, we're all doing well.
Yeah, you missed a couple of pictures of the montage. The one that's directly to Sherry's right is a picture of my mom and my Aunt Addie. The two of them sitting together on chairs right on a seawall on the north shore of Oahu in Hawaii. My cousin Diana, who is really witty, named that picture Housecoats by the Sea. So I will always remember that. And then the one up above is a picture taken on the streets of DCA with Arnie. Is that you, Arnie?
Yeah. Mom and me at Disney's California Adventure, the Hollywood Pictures back lot.
It was on one of her trips with her to Disneyland.
She got to
But
go
we
to Walt
do,
Disney World. She got to go to Puerto Rico, where she
yeah,
was born and raised. She's got to go to Disneyland many times with all of us. So she's had a wonderful life.
yeah.
We took her to New
Really
York
grateful
and
to spend time with her.
DC. And
And we have to say that, the last 2, 3 years at least, mom was not the mom we knew. She was declining. And at, 90, 92, I guess that's going to happen to all of us if we're blessed to live that long. And
Yeah.
she got up Friday morning, had her breakfast. She'd had a stomach ache the couple of days before, but that wasn't unusual for her. And it appears like she sat down on the edge of her bed and, you know, went down like she was going to sleep and
went to sleep.
went to sleep. And so she's at peace. We're at peace, although we're sad. Like I said, we're at peace knowing that she's not suffering. With our faith, we believe wholeheartedly that she is 100% herself again and suffering no pain. And like I said, reunited with dad and her parents and her sisters, especially, that she missed immensely after they passed away. So, we're doing okay. We're planning a memorial service, but it'll be probably sometime October, November, depending on what the dates are that we can get the family all together. And thank you for those of us that have already reached out to us, wishing us well and sending condolences. And if you are praying, people, just continue to pray for our family as we navigate the next few weeks and days.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for being part of our extended family.
Thank you so much, everyone. When it originally happened, I just scheduled the show, and I had an inkling of canceling, but we all decided no. We want some normalcy in our lives. We want the distraction. We want an opportunity to laugh. And that's what we hope we can do tonight, because we've got some good laughs for you tonight. So pay close attention. You're not going to want to miss a lot of the stuff that's happening tonight, because really there are some good laughs coming tonight. So let's get the show started. I guess I can go ahead and start by our normal way of starting with a cocktail. I just told Doug, I forgot the ice. I need ice for this drink.
Laugh number one, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be a pumpkin pie martini. It is a pumpkin spice season themed show. So we're going to be doing some things pumpkin various times throughout the show tonight. Starting with this one, this drink is sponsored by Cruising for Food. Wanda of Cruising for Food purchased this wonderful,
Look what you did.
this wonderful shaker for us here. Let me go ahead and give you a camera view of that shaker. This little shaker right here is a wonderful little gift from Cruising for Food. So thank you so much, Wanda, for that. I'm going to go ahead and start by putting some ice in the shaker. Okay, let's go ahead and let's finish this a little bit more. Okay, now this drink calls starting with half an ounce of Bailey's Irish Cream. Sherry, I think you're going to like this one.
Yeah, but if it's got vodka in it, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wild about vodka, but here, let me go ahead and
Flavored vodka?
it is flavored vodka, yes. So I'll go ahead and put in half an ounce of Bailey's, and I'll go ahead and give these to Doug as they happen. 2 ounces of vanilla vodka.
Yeah.
Can you see everything okay? I mean, I'm pouring right now. Can you see this all on camera?
Yes.
Ben, there's been a lot of giggles.
Yeah, we're getting texts from family members.
Of course.
Okay.
My cousin said,
And then-
Give me Sherry's vodka.
There is a half ounce
You can
of
have
pumpkin
it.
liqueur. That, by the way, Kathy Edelman, that is our cousin Kathy. So hi, Kathy. And this is a pumpkin spice liqueur. So that goes in there as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and shake this. This is a wonderful little shaker from Waterford Crystal, courtesy of Cruising for Food. So here we go. Oh my gosh. This is... And Courtney's right. Your mom would have wanted you all to have laughed while creating your show. She had a great sense of humor that way. She did. She definitely did.
she did.
Okay. So here is a martini glass. I'm going to go ahead and...
She was the complete opposite of Rita Claxton. Frida Claxton. Your mom was absolutely the complete opposite of her.
Yeah.
Frida Claxton, that mean lady character on the Golden Girls. There you go. Thank you. And now we're going to top it with a dusting of nutmeg, and I'm going to go ahead and grind that on top.
Okay. I'm going to go fetch this to the sink. It's making me nervous. I'm tired of holding it.
And Sherry, remember when we got this stuff? This is the vanilla, the vanilla cream.
We'll have some upstairs.
So I'm going to go ahead and shake this, and I'm going to put this in right on top. There we go. Just like a slice of pumpkin pie, we have a pumpkin pie martini. Let me go ahead and present so that we can see this better now. Wonderful. And I'll give this a try. Cheers, everyone. You know, I must say, this is a good one. Yeah, this is very good. And that cream.
Well, see, I like Bailey's. I just... Vodka gives me a headache. Give me a good...
Well, so does Tom.
I like it. Wanda says that needs more whipped cream. You're not driving. It's a vanilla. It's a vodka infused whipped cream. And Jean's asking how old is it? It's only we got it about 7-8 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's not old.
So it's fine. It is
super
fine.
shelf stable. So.
Yeah, it is shelf stable. So by the way, I missed something back here, I believe. Let me get back to that and see if I can find it. There it is.
Thanks,
I wanted
guys.
to do this. Raise a toast to Mama. Hugs. Dilly Dilly. A $20 super chat from D&G Explorers. Guys, Derek and Gregory, thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Richard, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Swig of the
Sherry needs
bottle
a
of
swig
hooch.
for that bottle of hooch from New Year's Eve. It's very true. Very true.
What bottle was it, Richard? I don't remember.
I don't
Oh,
know.
no, it was a wonderful beer. All you did was you stared at the camera and said, "I'm hungry." And then you started drinking beer.
It was Trader Jose's.
I don't remember.
That's probably because you were on the bottle.
Okay, here we go.
You know, will you stop it?
I'm fine,
No,
Doug.
you're flinging it around. It's
$3 super chat from Jean G. Junior Jean, thank you
you.
so much for that. Yeah, it's Doug is actually
he's
scared
gonna
of
spell
it.
it. Yeah, because you're not paying attention. Chuck, come on.
I'm okay with this.
But speaking about alcohol, did anybody see the report on the news today from France about all the Bordeaux wine that they're going to be destroying because they have an overabundance of it and they
Yeah.
can't sell it because if they sell it, they would have to sell it at lower costs and it would affect
That would kill the market.
price. Yeah,
Oh
it would
my
kill the
gosh.
market. And it was something like 200. I may be wrong, but I remember something about them saying 200 Olympic swimming pools full of Bordeaux that they're getting rid of.
Oh,
my
dear.
It's
They're gonna-
so regulated. I mean,
Yeah,
it's one of the most
gonna-
regulated
Well-
things in France.
Well, you know, as long as we've got alcohol, we're talking about wine. Why don't we go ahead and move on? Because we've got something else pumpkin inspired here. So let's take a look at that.
He
Yes.
asks me for all these graphics,
This-
and I don't know what he's doing.
This is a vintage Hallmark Channel movie review, a film called Pumpkin Pie Wars from 2016. 10 years ago, Faye and Lydia each opened their own bakeries in Emeryville, Ohio, after a personal and professional fallout during a local pumpkin pie contest. Now their children and co-workers, Casey and Sam, are set to carry on the rivalry as they go head-to-head in the same contest. There's only one problem for those two people who are supposed to hate each other. They start to fall in love.
Typical Romeo and Juliet style, premise. We've watched this thing dozens of times.
Yeah.
It's an excellent movie.
One of the women, her father opens the bakery for her on the one condition that her friend is not part of it. So it wasn't even her decision.
Yeah.
And so this causes a rift between two best friends. And each of the bakeries after 10 years start to have issues, and they realize that probably only one bakery will be able to survive. So they're trying to win the pie war to settle the bet as to whose bakery is going to be able to stay open.
It's literally all about baking and pumpkin and the ingredients of pumpkin through the whole movie. It's Hallmark classic perfection. Gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful moment. Sherry, you've seen the movie before, haven't you?
I saw it when it first came out, and then I saw it again last night and enjoyed it just as much. I'd say it's a good 10 for me.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a repeatable 10 for
for
us.
us,
It's up
it's
there.
yeah, it's one of those films that we can watch. It's a
Over.
perennial favorite for us.
Yeah.
But with Hallmark not doing fall-related films like this anymore, or fall-inspired, because they start their countdown to Christmas so early, it's hard to get a fall-inspired film like this anymore.
Well, I download the PDF of the movies that they're doing for fall. But I don't know. I think it's just the time. I don't think it's about fall, where this was about baking fall and pumpkins. So they're doing their fall in love. So,
I just liked the
Oh.
twist. I just liked the twist in the movie of them joining forces and bringing the mothers together when they realized that the one woman who was a friend of the two moms was actually stealing
Eileen.
the recipe of both of them and combining it into one to try and win it, and they called her on it.
yeah.
Oh, the calling her on the carpet.
Oh.
You stole it. No, no. Oh, that was just a classic.
What's
scene.
great is the woman making the pie right there for the competition, showing a picture on her iPhone or her iPad, whatever it is, and it's just a picture of the recipe. She didn't even bother transcribing it into a font.
Yeah.
She just used handwriting of the woman, Casey. So
the cheating part was
it was
just
great. It was
the
wonderful.
best. I mean,
and when
it
she
was
gets found
so
out,
good.
it's wonderful.
It was.
But of course, love was there all along. Ends up that everyone loves each other at the end of the film. And there is a 1 year later moment in the film, too. Of course, our Hallmark savant, Paul, says, I have seen this good old Hallmark movie when they knew how to make movies.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah. Now Hallmark is making wine for you to drink to see their bad movies to get through them. They just released their Fall into Love wine, and I'm like, oh great. This is how we have to watch your movies, is get to drink wine to get drunk. There's no only other way to watch it.
Either that or drink a glass of wine and fall asleep and not care whether you finish watching it or not.
True. Now, we're going to... so we gave this film... You gave it a 10?
Oh, it was a 10. Well,
Yeah,
we would have
10.
bought it if it was a 10.
Yeah, we actually
We
bought
bought
the film.
it, the digital file. Best $10 for repeatability.
You know, I think Wanda has a point there. The movies do get better the more wine you drink. So
Well, doesn't it have to get inebriated? Free
But-
sheets to the wind.
I'm hoping that Hallmark does more films like this because it really was a delightful film. I really like this one and can highly recommend it to anyone. So
Yeah.
Pumpkin Pie was everyone.
The other fall one that they did about that same time that was good
It
as
was
well.
the pumpkin cream,
There's also
the
one.
face cream, where she bought the farm.
There's another one called The Thanksgiving House that I also like.
Oh
too.
god, that one!
That's
wish I
a great
could
film as
find.
well.
No, it's the one where they had to keep the pumpkin patches because
And
it's
look-
only the
See,
pumpkins.
Paul gave
can make this cream.
He gave Pumpkin Pie Wars a perfect 5 Ben burritos.
It's
Yeah.
not
I gave it a 10. It's just one of those, it's a really fun,
It's
Yeah.
light.
small watch.
That score, when you compare it to all the other Hallmark films out there, yeah, definitely this one's a 10.
So yeah, they're done with their summer in love. It's Labor Day weekend coming up, so they're gonna do whatever Hallmark's gonna do, rerun things ad nauseum, and then their fall stuff starts. So
Yeah, well, this Saturday is the first fall one, isn't it? Which is Love in the Rockies or something like that.
I don't
It's
think
it's one of the national parks movies.
Yeah, it is. That's coming up soon. Look, the real pie contest would be between Doug and Megan.
she hisses. She doesn't like anything really pumpkin. So
Doug loves custard-based pies. Megan likes fruit-based pies.
yeah, so she won't.
There's
do
already a
it.
difference there.
And
So-
Megan does not like doing pie crust because she says she cannot replicate her dad's. Because Tom is a
Tom
won.
Tom does a lot of odd things in the kitchen.
No.
However, he makes a really good pie crust.
So much so that it won him a second place in the county fair several years ago.
Yeah, it
The
did.
woman who won first was a very meek and mild, shy older woman who didn't want to be there at all, but her kids pushed her into competing, and she got the blue ribbon. And then second place was Tom, and third place was this younger woman who I thought was just going to walk away and not even accept her ribbon because she was incensed that she had lost to a man.
Oh dear Lord!
Oh, dear.
Oh,
This was early 80s. So.
Mar would love to watch you make a pie, so perhaps we can do that for a Life with Ben episode sometime.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
Rich is telling us to move on. He's like chop chop people. He's hissing.
So yeah, definitely Pumpkin Pie Wars. Why don't we go ahead and take a quick break? We'll straighten up a couple things here. We'll be right back. This is a fast break. You're watching PTV Live. We use the Friendly TV app to watch Hallmark. And now we can watch Lifetime, History, A&E, and more. There are over 30 channels from which to choose. We can even add Hallmark movies now to our subscription. Plans start at just $6.99 a month with no commitments. Download the Friendly TV app today at try.friendlytv.com.
You're watching PTV.
So I told you it was a quick break. Ben,
Yes.
think about it.
Yeah, it's getting very.
Wanda's comment how I could do a really good pie by just going to Marie Callender's and saying I baked it.
Problem is, we don't have very many Marie.
They're out of California.
Yeah, we don't have any here.
Yep.
Megan's
He'd have
here.
to
Hello,
go on
Megan.
up- Hi, Megan.
Okay, so we're going to move on here, but this is just going to be a continuation of a weekly event that we've had, or weekly feature we've had during the season.
Oops.
No,
That took a little while.
For some reason there's a delay there. I'm not sure why, but
Did we lose people?
2005.
Disneyland's 50th anniversary.
Yeah, there was a lot happening that year.
2005 was, this is a pretty good year.
But in this case, this little ornament here is part of the Snowtop Lodge series. This was released first. The first one is a Skylar A. Wolf scarf. With a scarf, top hat, vest, pocket watch, and umbrella, the smartly dressed snowman introduced the Snow Top Lodge series, which is just as charming today. Turns out this series is still going on. This year is the 19th in the series.
Look how dapper he is.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
I don't either.
It looks like Jack Skellington.
Yeah, the skinny arms do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't remember this at all. But every year it's there. No, you can't. You can't have them all. But there are over 250 ornaments every year. So, but that's this year's 2005 ornament. Of course, Hallmark is celebrating their 50th anniversary, so we've been featuring an ornament every week on this.
And then on Hallmark on Instagram or the Reels, he forwarded it to me, and I saw it's about Hallmark was the only corporation that can do their own original Peanuts art, and they do it for Christmas time. So almost everything that you see for Peanuts at Hallmark creates that specifically original for Hallmark only. Yeah. And they can create the artwork. So it's a really cool story that Peanuts and Hallmark are like.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I can't wait for their one ornament comes out, the little skating one.
Yeah, there is a skating one, so we'll look forward to that one.
You see what Megan wrote?
No, she hissing again.
No.
Was that snowman isn't dapper as a gentleman waiting with mom in the waiting room at the optometrist. Oh, my word. I don't have that picture.
You didn't have the picture.
I don't have that picture here to show tonight. I'm so sorry. I probably should have. But Sherry, if you could pull that up on your phone, we'll show that while we are talking about more crap delivery. I love it. Kid says if Fred Astaire was a snowman.
Yeah.
Definitely dapper. So anyway, Doug, you want to talk about this?
I want to do something.
With that.
You first let them fart around and do their thing. So all eyes are on me.
No, I just emailed the photo to you, Arnie, so you could bring it up during a break.
Okay, thank you. I'll do that.
So
I was in the optometrist appointment when Sherry captured that photo, so I missed. This is the first time I've seen it.
I tried capturing it with him standing, but
It's
couldn't.
okay. That's good enough. Go. What did we get this week?
first.
Ben, you can go first.
I sure. Everyone knows my love of the birds from Target. I've been collecting these now for about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And
30 or 40 of them a season.
Yeah, they do at least 4 of these. Could you look at what Alex just posted on the stream?
Ben, Arnie, and Doug definitely getting some more crep deliveries when I return from Japan. Oh dear.
I do.
What
Like.
about me? Am I chopped liver?
At any rate, Target is going to be releasing another series of birds for the fall season, and some Targets have already started to release them. We were able to find 3 of the 4 that are going to be released in the fall line. There's this one, who he looks like his little messenger. His name is Apple. So he's a little messenger.
He's really
very, very cute. Then there is this one named Oats, and he is very, very
dapper.
Very dapper.
Yes, he is a dapper bird.
Apple and Oats.
And
he got something for you too, Sherry.
Oh, well, thank you.
And then this last one is a turkey named Coco.
Coco.
Now, why would a turkey be named Coco?
You tell me. I didn't create the birds. I would never name a turkey Coco, but that's just me.
But what's funny is that his feathers just go.
Yeah. Well,
for me, I would think Coco. He'd have like a little black something. It's like a dress, like the black dress, Coco Chanel.
So yeah, this wasn't necessarily delivered to me, but I delivered it to my shopping cart.
Well, something was delivered to us.
So,
and Doug wants to share this one.
When you put something out on the universe and you don't know if people really love you or you try, or You ask. There's a philosophy I live by in my business world, and I put it in my real world. It's called giver's gain, or um, the more you give, the you'll get back. And we activated our network because Disneyland had something. Well, we got it.
Oh,
We got the Disneyland Railroad popcorn bucket.
oh, look at that!
And we activated our network. Oh my god!
I gotta show you.
is
The interesting thing is very detailed.
Watch this.
So
it is.
Now the thing is, I gotta show you the popcorn bucket portion. This is considered a popcorn bucket.
It's like a trinket case.
That's all.
I'm sorry, that's more of a cupcake.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh.
You could hold maybe
jelly beans?
half a cup to 2/3 cup of popcorn.
Maybe
the wheel hinge. It even has a battery, so you can have the lights up. Even the strappy thing is just amazing. So we put it out there, never in the million years thinking that, this could happen.
Yeah,
this
because
is not an easy.
Getting to Disneyland just wasn't on our in our calendar.
We tried, and we just said, hey, don't do it. Don't make a special trip. If it happens, happens. Well, we get an email saying the tracking is here. And I'm like, what do you mean? Arnie's like, we got the train. So I was like, ah!
Yeah, definitely.
So we are very grateful for our person.
It is a train engine of the Disneyland Railroad.
It is
It says it's the #1, which I believe is the CK Holiday.
Yeah, I mean, it has the Disneyland logo on it. Oops, right there. I mean, this thing it's not.
But I think #1 is the CK Holiday.
I mean, it has Mickey.
So, anyway.
So,
but that's
cool.
Person is not even on here. He doesn't follow us.
D&G got one too. We're twinsies.
Yeah, we're twinsies.
Definitely.
But
okay.
I actually, forgot about this.
Well, I want to make sure.
You also got something delivered to you from Ben from me.
The quilt?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you already shared that with us.
Yeah.
No, but for the bathroom.
Oh yeah, Sherry's going through her crafty thing, and it's actually really cute.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
We'll go get that.
We'll get that on the next commercial break. We'll grab it and we'll show it to you. So why don't we go ahead, Ben? Are you ready for something that we got this weekend at Trader Joe's?
Sure.
Okay, we've got something new.
What's new at Trader Joe's?
He couldn't wait. He's got to get it. So he's going to show. Okay, so anyway. Oh, goodness. Okay, so Ben, what is that box?
This is a new item at Trader Joe's. These are called onion how do you say that?
Confit.
Confit. I'm sorry, I'm ignorant when it comes to French. Confit swirls. So they just look like pastry snails, but because they're flavored with onion. Well, we opened this at the villa over the weekend. Arnie and Doug have their sample over there. Sherry and I are going to have
all of our tissue boxes because we're super old-fashioned and granny, and we like them.
Oh, that's the tissue box.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
cover. we all of our tissue boxes have cozies over them because that's how we roll from the old-fashioned 70s.
So
or 80s.
These little swirls. They're very
pungent.
Very pungent.
You took a bite of it? You didn't pop the whole thing in your mouth?
Mm-mm.
They're for your charcuterie board.
Definitely for charcuterie. These go very well with
They're very good.
They're really good.
Yeah, these would go very good with a cheese or like a little lunch meat or something like that.
They're tiny.
Cured meat of some type. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, these are good. I would buy these. We originally saw these on Donna's show
when she was doing a fan of Oliver Lode.
She did.
Diane wants to know the carb.
Yeah, Diane wants to know the carb count on the box, man.
These things are really tiny, but in 16 pieces, the carbs are 17. So it's about 1 carb per
That's
little
not bad.
little bite.
Not bad. No, it's not bad.
And you don't need the whole box. You don't need 16 of them.
No.
A couple of them will do.
Megan would much rather have onion rings.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, Megan.
Yes.
When you taste these, you would love them.
these are pretty good.
Oh, Rachel says, just ordered that thing I told you about. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to that. So we'll more about that when it arrives. We'll tell you all about that when it arrives. So thank you, Rachel.
So yeah, thank you, Shannon.
So that's what's new at Trader Joe's.
You're
And-
welcome, Doug.
it's kind of like our last sad 1 year. I actually wrapped it up with wrapping paper, because I was tired.
Well, because you got snowmen in that room, I saw that kit. I've had that kit for about 3 years, and finally, now that I'm retired, had time to do it.
Oh, like a sweatshop. And now you have even more copious amount of free time.
I'm having a lot of fun sewing, and
Now you just
I picked up Ben's Christmas stocking after a couple of years. So
Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. We'll be able to see that one soon, I guess. So thank you. Let's oh, I know what it is. Here's another pumpkin inspired thing. I'm going to sip on my martini as I talk about this one. This
We're trying to be cute.
We are trying an experiment. We have decided that we're going to look for different recipes and do some experimentation to make the perfect homemade pumpkin spice latte. This was our first attempt. And in this case, what I did was you brew some cold ice, and then you mix a mixture of a cup of heavy cream. It has pumpkin spice in it, brown sugar. What else was in there?
cloves,
No, that was all part of the pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin
Vanilla,
vanilla,
Some vanilla. Oh,
brown sugar.
pumpkin puree is in there. Now that's what it is. So you put a little bit in the coffee, and on top, then you stir it in. I actually added some pumpkin pie syrup because it was not sweet.
Oh, whoever created
At
this
all.
recipe was not well.
It was a very bad balanced recipe.
Good night, Megan.
So I took a sip at it, and you can see my reaction here. Ugh.
Yeah.
It was not very good.
I was sitting on the couch making fun of him.
I was very disappointed with that one.
Then I saw something else to make it, just to kind of...
Okay, everyone, breaking news. Matt Fitzgerald says pumpkin stuff showing up at Trader Joe's in about 2 weeks. Matt works for Trader Joe's, so he knows. So thank you, Matt. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Ben and Arnie last night, Instagram reel where they were showing all their products, and I don't think we were talking about the gnocchi. So I
want to try the pumpkin gnocchi this year.
I don't think they had it last year. I don't know.
I don't ever remember seeing
Let's look
pumpkin
for a
gnocchi.
recipe and make our own.
Yeah, definitely. Give it a try. So anyway,
Whatever stay-at-home retiree.
Yeah.
we're going to take another quick break here. Get ready for another fun moment. We're going to do a throwback in this break too. So you'll see this one. It's pretty good. This one I really liked. So everyone, we'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live.
My 407 Original Brand Apparel celebrates Orlando's famous area code, allowing you to say you love Orlando without saying you love Orlando. Because you and I, we get it. Shop theorlandoguy.com.
You're gonna make it after all.
Then we went to the Frugal Hoosier, which is on the other side of the tracks. We park. We walk in, still technically Dad, and I get...
Okay.
We were going to get the car. We're
thing
going
is,
in the entrance.
There were barely any cars in the parking
No.
lot. We pulled right in and we parked next to a Tesla. I thought, oh, look, there's a Tesla there.
Yeah.
It was right on the right side of the car. I thought, ooh, very nice. So You know, there were a lot of people shot. Well, not a lot of people.
No, but there was this one right when we walked in. This other gal was there, and she was wearing a dark raspberry bathrobe that looked like she skinned a Care Bear, white Crocs. I was wearing anything underneath the bathrobe, and she's standing there in the way. Totally, I'm just sitting there looking at her, and just greasy hair and all. So that's the beginning of our shopping. So we walk around, we get eggs, some cereal. Oh no, we're talking. She skinned a Care Bear to make this bathrobe because it was bright raspberry red, bright electric red, raspberry red, and furry too. And the white.
Carl of Carl and Kiko says you broke them.
Oh, she was hideous. We get some really colorful wildlife at our store because there's like only 2 grocery stores in our hood, and it seems like we get all kinds of creatures, and it's just like every time it's an adventure. I'm like, we get the smells, we get the sounds, we get everything at our
And they're all
store.
out there for you, Doug. You know that.
Oh, I know. I think they do put on a show for just me. Look, it's kind of like with those flash mobs. Look,
Doug's coming out.
yes, look who let all the hideous people come out and drive me crazy. So,
I love it, Jen. Thank you.
Yeah, that's our every time I go in there and I'm like, every time what's going to happen. And it never disappoints.
So someone's asking, is skinned Care Bear a Dougism? Yes, indeed.
I don't
It
know.
is.
That is a Dougism, yes.
Because some of these outfits these people have is like, what made you wear this that got you up in the day and looked in the mirror and said, I'm good to go? You know,
Well,
what?
I have to say, Doug, I did that yesterday. I actually wore shorts out into public, and that's not me.
Well, there's times where you want to be comfortable. I mean, I get it, but it's
I
just.
even went to church yesterday, and I'm going like this and going, oh no, I didn't have any earrings on. I totally had forgotten my earrings.
I told her to start packing an emergency pair in her purse.
And I was telling Tom
Wouldn't one is 1 year and the other one is different? You're going to wear different kind of socks? You're going to be that type of person?
No. But then I was sitting there next to Tom telling him what he was doing. He goes like this to me. And he said, well, you do have your head. And I said, are you sure?
Hey, well, Ben,
I have a train. You don't know what was. I had to stare at this on Friday. We hid it from you, Ben, on Saturday.
So, Ben, a couple of weeks
We
ago,
hid it from you.
you had an episode of Life with Ben where you sampled 20 varieties of Pringles.
Yes, I did.
I don't know how you
Well,
did it.
It's, believe it or not, we found another flavor. Okay. This flavor is, you said it's Harvest Blend, but what specifically is it?
It is sweet potatoes that are made into Pringles, and they are flavored as smoky barbecue.
I'm scared.
Smoky barbecue.
To be fair, when I got all the other Harvest
Sniff
Blend
test pass.
varieties, I was disappointed that I hadn't been able to find this one.
Oh,
So their barbecue flavoring is a pretty good profile.
not much of a smell.
They're faint.
Sherry,
it's like liquid smoke.
Sherry, take heart. No, he forgot her earrings yesterday, too.
Go ahead and try it. Ooh.
Okay. I got a good
They're
hit.
sweet.
I got a good hit of the barbecue.
Yeah.
They don't taste like a normal Pringle. They are sweet potato.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sweet
They're a little
potato.
earthy.
You can tell
That's
the
why
sweet
they're called a
potato.
harvest blend.
Oh,
They're not a traditional potato crisp from Pringles, but they are delicious.
I mean,
Definitely uniformity.
Okay. Nick is asking, Ben, what did you do with the rest of the Pringles?
Some of them got pitched, some of them were distributed to other mouths, and some have been consumed by me.
To other mouths.
Yeah, I was gagging when you were doing it. It was like, ooh. I was more entertained by you peeling off the protective seal.
Okay.
No, they're really good.
They are.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
good.
they're not.
I would give this one a thumbs up, definitely.
They're not salty.
No.
They're for your charcuterie board.
For Doug,
Um,
thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm gonna give them a thumbs up. I wouldn't buy them, but they're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know how many of you as kids did this with your Pringles?
Oh, this is what Jim has been waiting for this. There you go.
No, I just put olives on my fingertip. That's the only thing I did.
I was asked why I didn't do that in my episode, and it's because I didn't want to look like that.
I look cute.
When you're old and crusty like that, who
I look
cares?
cute this way.
Okay.
Oh, there you want to keep on here.
Kind of like what our friend Rebecca. She's like, "What are they gonna do? I'm the grandma."
See, Jim just gave us just a
The
little
duck thing.
Can we get some more sunshine, please?
Okay. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? It was a rough week for us. However, there were some things that did happen to us. Okay. So first things first, Ben came over on Saturday, and you said that you had a bit of a problem with something happening driving home.
I'm amazed I'm still alive. You know how the freeways are around here. People have
Everywhere, Ben. Every state. It's everywhere.
Everyone is just driving around like a maniac anymore. Look, there are 4 lanes: the perceived slow lane, the lane I was in, and then the 2 other lanes off to the side, which are usually faster. I was lined up behind one car, and I was doing about between 65 and 70, which is right around where you want to be as far as the speed limit is on the freeway. But off to my side over here in the slow lane, they were probably going about 50 to 55.
Oh, that is slow.
But on the other side, everyone was racing at about 85 to 90. So there were a couple of points where I thought I was going to get sideswiped by people making stupid moves and trying to go around everyone.
Yesterday.
It's been going on. Yesterday, same thing. I was getting on the freeway. Sherry and I were headed to Target.
And there was a Honda SUV in front of us.
Yeah. That they were going up the freeway and trying to get on the freeway, but the entrance we have is a hill. This car had barely hit 45 when we started to merge onto the freeway. This Accord came up right behind me, had to have been screaming at about 85 in the slow lane, and he went right around and scared about 4 cars around him.
First, because we were getting on the freeway and he wanted us out of the way.
I'm thinking, where are we supposed to go?
And then he was just like this, in and out and in and out.
The freeways all around in the U.S., but I think also in California, it's The Purge, Fast and Furious, and Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. It's just...
Yeah. You literally take your hands into your own life.
Now, Ben, like I said, he came over Saturday, and we were.
I controlled the food situation because we needed you with Happy.
We were running some errands, and we actually did a double take on this one thing that we saw. Ben actually drove around to see it.
I'm the one who saw them because they're delicious.
There were some wild turkeys right over here. And I'll tell you, take a look at that one there in the middle, started giving me the stink eye.
Yeah, I was afraid they were going to start racing after, but Arnie's going to be like, ah! But we were driving on that street right there, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a whole bunch of turkeys. And they're just standing up there, probably pooping everywhere. One's eating up there. But oh my God, those things are so delicious. So yeah, turkeys. I guess.
Yeah, turkeys. Now I've got this thing. It's just label maker. Now, that doesn't seem very interesting until you actually
Is
kind
that
of
the sprinkler?
understand. You kind of understand the story here. So if you could grab our label maker here.
Oh, the sprinkler.
Don't destroy this yet. I'm telling a story.
No.
I'm telling a story
I
here.
thought we knew about this story.
No. I've got to show everyone. This is our label maker. And it makes labels that are very much like this one here. This is at work. And someone had to label that there was a fire sprinkler in this particular closet, but they kind of missed one of the letters in the word sprinkler. So when you see the sign, it says fire sprinkler system inside.
No one's going to correct it. So when
No
we
one
bought
corrected.
ours.
So we bought this label maker, and the label maker's name is Sprinkler
Mhm.
because of that.
So we were doing and labeling a whole bunch of stuff during the holidays. Is, can you go get the sprinkler? We have a whole vernacular in our house that no one would know how to clue what it is.
So yeah, that's the Sprinkler.
We have a
What
sprinkler.
are the names of your washer and dryer?
Wilma and Betty.
Yeah. We have weird names. It's just, what's life without women?
We could go on a tour of your house and point out everything that's named something, and we'd have an episode of our show.
Yeah, probably.
Everything
Yeah,
is
definitely.
named.
So, yeah. Okay, so there it is. 119 days until Christmas. That means
Oh, dear Lord.
19 days we start decorating the Christmas forest. So in just about 2.5 weeks. So FYI, Ben Franklin wanted the turkey to be the symbol of the United
Yes.
States, not the eagle. Yes. Yes,
That is absolutely true.
But then that means we wouldn't have been able to have had turkey for Thanksgiving dinner.
We would have had to have eagle.
Ew. How
probably
gamey.
a little too gamey. So anyway, okay, we've gotten to the point here where I think we've gotten to craft time.
No,
Little bit
there's one last thing.
What happened?
Oh, that's right, Ben. I am so sorry. I forgot to show this.
Yeah. This is a bouquet of flowers that arrived at my home this afternoon. This was in honor of my mother, and it came from my boss, who I've only worked there for 3 months. And they think highly enough of me to send flowers like this that made me feel very special.
I had to take scissors to it
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's got those evil lilies.
Yeah. But the note he wrote to me, it says, "I'm truly sorry about the loss of your mother. Though I never had a chance to meet her, it's evident she raised an incredible person in you. If you need support or listening ear, I'm here for you." It was from my boss, which I thought was very, very sweet.
I got a text very similar to that from Mexico over the weekend.
Yeah.
My former boss, his name is Kevin. Kevin sent me a text message from Mexico where he's currently living. So it was very sweet. So it was
Have
very
you gotten that picture?
Sorry?
Got
Have
the
you gotten
picture
Oh my goodness, that's right.
of Dr. Facilier.
I'm supposed to show that.
Yes,
Okay.
please do.
Let me show this to you, everyone. So I'll go ahead and just drop this right here so you can all see it.
Oh, wow.
I almost laughed out loud, but I didn't dare.
Okay.
Bless his heart.
Oh my.
Can you scroll down to the bottom, or are you making
He's
it?
he's sizing it to where it needs to be. Wow, that is a fancy man.
He was there for his eye appointment, and right there in the middle by his cane, it was almost like a fanny pack, but it wasn't quite. It had a string, not even a string. It was sequins. That
I'll tell you, that is quite
Older.
interesting.
Yeah, actually, I think it's amazing.
That
We're
is-
not making fun of
Someone,
this.
No, definitely.
This
someone
is-
has his own style.
That's
I
like the
mean-
man that I took the picture of at Dollar Tree. That
The dude's
Yes.
I had
style.
Easter time
Yeah.
at
It's true.
Good
I
Friday.
mean-
This was, that guy. And he's dressed that way for the optometrist.
Yeah.
I mean, he
I
looks
don't
like
know.
Dorothy
I don't know
from
if
The
he-
Wizard of Oz and a gangster. I mean, he's amazing.
I don't know if he was there after something or if he was going to be going to something, but it was pretty interesting.
Oh, I think it's just amazing that people are so comfortable being who they are,
Yeah.
going out in the world and just saying, you know what, this is me. That's the way we should do it.
Shoes.
Yes.
And Michelle wants to know if he works at Disneyland.
No.
That's close. It could be one of those Dapper Dan things. But hey, I like people who are very self-expression and go out.
They're
and-
self-assured.
Yep. They go
Self-assured.
out and just say, hey.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Now I think we can go ahead and do craft time. At Walmart. Yeah.
What's still on over there? Okay.
Richard, you're not wrong. That's also
Check the laptop if it's still on.
Yeah, the laptop's on.
Okay, we've got a picture. Okay.
Yeah, first of all, I wanted to show you guys how the pumpkins that I did last week finished off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You put on the little greens. Let me go ahead and present your camera.
So there's one of them. That's the one with the 3 plaques.
I like the little detail that you put on top.
Yeah, it's
and
really
then
cute.
This is the one of the 3 ovals that was covered with the scrapbooking paper.
Oh, yeah. That one's cute too, Sherry.
And then this is the baby one that was made out of the Jenga blocks.
looks like Legos. I'm sorry.
So I finished those up. They're ready to go. But today
Agreed, Jean.
I'm going to show you a new process that I tried. And this is what it looks like. If you want to put up my screen, Arnie. And then we'll go to the overhead.
Now, that's really interesting. That looks like a pumpkin. I mean, not just the cut up, but the coloring, everything looks very much like that of a pumpkin.
So what I'm going to do is this is just going to be used to hang somewhere in my house, but I did not want to do a big one and take everybody's time. So let me get my stuff up here.
That's just parchment. And she's getting all her supplies out now.
Oh, wow.
It up. Slam it down.
What I did was I just painted one little pumpkin for you. And I used a chalk paint that was the color was espresso, and it was from Michael's. Now what you do with this is that you get white glue, and it's usually about 1 part of regular Elmer's glue to 2 parts of water. But what you want to do is get it so that it's kind of a syrup consistency. And then what you do is,
It looks like a heavy milk.
yeah, that's what it looks like. What you do is you take it and you get a brush and you just brush it on the pumpkin, and you want to make long strokes with it once you get it, so it's not a whole lot in one place.
Even that brush, when you dip it and with the white, it ends up looking like a piece of candy corn.
So then once you do that and you've got your nice long streaks, let me get a little bit more on it. Then what you do is you get, in this case, I'm using some paint from Michael's, and it's called Pumpkin Spice. And I'm just going to pour some in here like that. And you get another brush, and you brush it right on top of the wet glue.
On top of the wet glue, okay.
On top of the wet glue in nice, even strokes.
Sure, you're getting a lot of comments about how nice your nails always look.
Yeah, did a 3-year-old
Oh,
color, or did you decide to be an adult and pick it?
no, I've had these ones. I mean,
I've seen
it's been like 4 weeks, so it's time to get them done again. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Then what you do is either take a hairdryer or the heat gun like I've got right here, And I'm going to turn it on and start drying it. And what it will do is start crackling. You can see right here. It's
Oh my! Oh wow!
This is how they made wood paneling. Because it was all painted.
Wow, that's crazy cool, Sherry.
What kind of sorcery is this?
Jim, this is like watching paint dry.
And you are.
Okay, give me a napkin to put under here, please.
While Sherry is doing this, I just want to make an announcement here again about, because we showed the commercial earlier. More Sunshine Please is doing a storm watch tomorrow night. He might or might not go on air tomorrow night, but he's going to make sure that he's got it available just in case, as a hurricane is a coming.
As Sophia Petrillo would say.
A hurricane's a coming. But Jim is on More Sunshine Please, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night. And on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, D&G Explorers are celebrating 5 years of their live show. So you don't want to miss that one either. Yes, indeed, Noe, Sherry is clever. And Jim says, yeah, it is tentatively still going live right now.
So we're dry now?
Yeah, as dry as it's going to get for...
Thanks, Donna.
Okay, now she has to remove it from the napkin.
Yeah. That probably wasn't a very good idea. But just out of the way and get the parchment turned over so I can put it on that.
Okay.
So there you go. And you'll be able to, let me see if I can get in closer to it.
Can you turn it right side up so that we can see it like it's...
Yeah, like there we go.
That's
very 70s. I like it.
Wild. I love that technique.
And so then you can decorate it any way you want, because like I said, this is what, let me turn it this way. This is what mine looks like, the bigger one.
Look at the texture there. That is just insane.
Paneling.
It does. It looks like paneling.
It should be on a wall.
And so I think that for Christmas, I'm going to try doing it with a green background and then white paint over it. But yes, I'm very pleased with this technique. I did try it with Mod Podge. Sorry, Richard, it did not work with Mod Podge.
No.
That's what you get.
You need to use edible glue.
I guess Elmer's is edible, isn't it?
That's edible glue.
Yeah. And like I said, it looks kind of like a syrupy consistency.
Like a thick milk.
Yeah.
Don't you dare disparage
See,
Mod Podge.
I have it as I have my tube of Mod Podge here.
Well,
We're not disparaging it. It's just it wouldn't work with this application.
Yeah, but I have my Mod Podge.
Yeah.
So I was very excited to learn that technique because it's really cool.
Sherry, that's a really cool technique, and I love the fact that Doug's right. That it looks like paneling.
It looks really cool.
Very cool.
But the key is the heat gun.
Well, you can use, my understanding is you can use a blow dryer with it, or once you put it on, you just set it somewhere to let it dry by itself, and evidently it will crackle on its own too.
I'll put it in front of the sun. We're all supposed to crackle under the sun, so. But actually, when it's hot, do that and put it out in the middle of the sun, and see if the sun decides to do. I actually like that idea.
Yeah.
But it's a very simple effect if you want some kind of texture on a sign before you put wording on, or, oh, I forgot to bring down the other pumpkin that I'd finished. Oh, well.
That's all right.
You'll see it.
It's always next week.
Yeah, and take a picture of that, and we'll actually post it on our
On
social
socials.
media, our social. Post it on
Of what? The big one?
Get rid of all the savory.
Speaking of that, if you missed it at the very beginning of the show, we did an in memoriam for our mother who passed away on Friday. I will be posting that video on our social media as well. You'll find it on Facebook and on Threads and on most likely Instagram as well. So I'll post it there. But everyone, thank you so much. Sherry, that was a great one tonight.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Thank you, Derek and Gregory and Jean.
And to Jean for the super chats tonight. Everyone, thank you so much for the kind words. And especially, I want to give a shout out especially to Richard, the Orlando guy, who was so gracious.
Taking his time and doing that for us. And
He put together that in memoriam for us. So Richard, thank you so much for your help.
That was
Thank you very much. That was very sweet.
a lot. And it was very kind of you to offer and take the time for having something, because when you're dealing with something like this, you're getting very emotional. And so, as an outsider, again, this network we have is very, very amazing.
And
so thank you.
And to all of you out there, thank you so much.
It was a tough week.
It was a tough week, but thank you so much for the laughs tonight. We really needed this.
Yeah.
And I hope that you've enjoyed it tonight as well.
As Auntie Mame say, live, live, live. We got to live to our full.
Yeah.
Life's
Yeah,
a banquet.
Life's a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death.
Got to watch Auntie Mame, people. We'll quote it a lot.
So everyone, there is a moment of groovy tonight. You're not going to want to miss that. There are a couple of things that we talked about tonight briefly. You'll see it happening there. Also, some of the errands that we ran, you'll see those. You'll see that as well. So everyone, thank you again for everything tonight. Oh, hearts to Mom. Thank you very much. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah.
Everyone, have a wonderful evening. Everyone, a magical evening. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Sherry.
You've been watching PTV Live here on Pepperidge Villa. We'll be back next Monday night, same time, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, with another episode of PTV Live. Everyone,
On Monday.
yes,
Yep.
on Labor Day. It's on Labor Day.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I
And
forgot
you can't wear white after Monday.
one more question. Ben, happening on Life with Ben this week?
I go on a little tour around some stores with you and Doug, looking for fall.
Wonderful.
I was feeding them happy food because, when it comes down to it,
we'll see what happens when
we ate horribly unhealthy, but it was great.
Yeah, it was wonderful. So everyone, thank you so much. It's time for your moment of groovy. Good night, everyone.
Bye. Thank you all.
Night.